everyone.
Blite Nation, what is good?
Ian, Vito, and Liz are coming back here with another reaction.
And we got comedian leaves Oxford Union speechless.
Now, this is something interesting. I've already seen this video, something I wanted Ian to see.
Oh, okay, yeah, so I ain't seen this yet.
This,
Showing me something new over here, you know what I'm saying?
this is a speech that a guy, a comedian, has put together that actually sums up an interesting world, the way people actually see the view, but they don't actually see what the world is.
Okay, okay. I'm
So,
ready when you are.
Ian, let's hit that play button. Let's just get into this.
Damn, let's get it.
You will not know this, but I was supposed to be the first non-student speaker for the proposition. I've now been the fourth, which means that I now have to thank all the previous speakers for making my best points for me. And I find that the main reason now that I have left to be in support of the motion is that I am so tired of talking about woke culture. That's why it's gone too far, more than anything else. And I thank the other speakers for making the points for me, because it means I don't have to reiterate the point that no, free speech is not some right-wing reframing of whatever. It's the foundation of Western civilization.
Right
Upon
there.
this civilization is built, and then
Whether you like it or not. Whether you like the speech, whether you like what's being said or not, that is
Okay.
free speech is the basis of freedom in Western civilization. The second you can be told what is allowed to be said aloud, whether you want to hear it or not, that's the second you've started to lose your freedom.
Fair enough, I'll give you that.
Yep.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Agree.
Enlightenment values that led to it. I don't have to make the point that has been made by far better people in the past, that the only way to deal with the problem of racism is to treat people on the content of their character and nothing else. And the fact that woke culture seeks to...
The only way that you're going to destroy racism is if you don't look at anybody's color.
You know,
When you treat people based off of color, you're just being more racist.
you know, I I think this is I don't know. I think me and Vito had this conversation before Liz came on the show and after she came on the show too. Um I think one of the main reasons that like we still like it's sad it's 2023 and we're still dealing with this shit,
Mhm.
but we're still dealing with racism.
Mhm.
And in my belief, I do not think the United States of America, I do not think it's a racist country. I think the reason why people say that, oh, America's a racist country, I think the reason why you're saying that is because for so long you've had people who were in charge who were racist. So this would be, in this example, this would be an example of a utopia. So if you took out everybody who's in power, okay, all the racists, all the ignorant people, took all those people out of power, said, all right, I'm gonna put you to the side over here so I know where you are. Then you fill all those seats with people
And that's
who,
people on the right and left.
yeah, yes, thank
It's
you,
not just the
thank
right and
you.
not just the left.
So if you take all those people out and then replace them with people who truly do not give a crap about skin color, the country would be a damn utopia.
Yeah, women.
So I'm not gonna say that the country is racist because that's like saying the grass that you walk on in Central Park doesn't like Hispanic people. But like that doesn't y'all. So, but it's like I think another reason why we continue to deal with racism is because after slavery happened, after segregation, we didn't take a stop and pause to actually figure the shit out. It's been like a leaking faucet for like a leaking pipe
It's
for the last 200
it's
years.
because people expected government to force people to get along.
Yeah, like to me, I'm at this point where like I'd rather know who the racist people are than to be
Exactly.
hiding around somewhere.
Exactly.
So that's like when it comes to like the social media stuff, like I get it. Private corporations have their freaking rules and policies. I get it. But at the same time, I'm leaning more towards let the dumbasses expose themselves. So then that way we know, all right, who we don't want to be around. We know who we don't want our children to look up to. And we know who honestly we don't want to promote and have them get millions of dollars for being a dumbass on the internet.
Exactly. 100%.
So I'm
Yep.
for that. So if someone says some racist and ignorant on the internet, I'm gonna just say, all right, I'm gonna comment or share whatever you do to highlight someone's post, and I'm gonna say, look at this dumbass. He just wants to waste his time and energy. He or she wants to waste his time and energy, not exposing themselves to learning from different perspectives of the world.
Mhm.
It's not that hard.
They just want to spout ignorance.
You just want to spout, get that hate out your heart.
I agree.
Yeah, like you hating someone who you don't even know on a personal level.
All because of the color.
All
of the
the
skin.
colors, people can't like y'all. Like I'm getting to this point where I'm seeing people who like I'm seeing some black people who want white people to apologize for being white. It's not their fault who their mama and daddy like how they procreate. It's like you don't want to apologize. You don't want to apologize for being black, so why should someone have to apologize for being white? They can't control that.
100%.
It's not their fault. What
Like,
happened
and y'all gotta
years and years ago?
y'all gotta stop this. Like, Vito did not own me. Okay, now
Nobody in my family ever owned a slave.
like, all right, all right. Just because someone's great grandfather owned slaves back in the day does not mean the person who you've been best friends with for the last 10 years thinks you belong owned in a cage. So that's not how the shit works.
No.
People's thoughts don't travel through heredity, don't travel genetically like that.
The person did find out that their family owned slaves. That doesn't mean that the person in the day right now thinks that they should be having kids.
And
Like, damn.
if I've heard this correctly, didn't a black person own black person?
Yes,
There were black people who owned slaves in America.
Exactly.
yes, it was.
So,
But to also where like I had this conversation as at a family gathering and no one could really say shit after it. Everybody like black, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, whatever. Everybody always wants to be mad at like, oh well, the white people and the Jewish people had stakes in slavery. Go read a freaking book, watch a documentary, do something. Find me a person who did not have a stake in slavery. Africans, like the rich Africans, own their own people.
The rich African
Yes.
tribes were the ones leaving the cages on the beach for the Europeans to take.
Listen, the white European settlers, however you want to classify, they were not special ops Navy SEAL soldiers. They didn't sneak over across the ocean in the middle of the night, steal a bunch of black people and rob them and bring them to America.
That's
Rich
not what happened.
black people sold their own people who they thought were worthless
Yep.
to the Europeans.
Yep.
So how come y'all want to stay mad at white people, but you don't want to get mad at your own people who sold you out years ago?
and not only that,
Okay.
right now to this day, there's still slavery.
Exactly. There's
slavery.
There's still African slaves, but I don't see.
We all of us are privileged because we live.
But what
in
gets
this
me
country.
is you don't see none of you rich black people. I don't see you over there going over to Africa to liberate nobody.
How come you see more blacks from Africa coming here being more appreciative of being here than
Like,
people who actually say they want to go back to Africa? Who
like
never go, by the way. Ever go.
like I'm getting tired of this. We got these whether it's celebrities, athletes, musicians, entertainment actors, directors, all kinds. You all say, "Oh, I'm for empowering black people." Okay, I'm with you on that. But don't say like, "Oh, I'm for empowering black people." What about the people in Africa, bro? I don't see any of y'all going to visit Africa, and don't say you don't got the money.
Not one.
No.
All right.
No, you know why? Because all the brands like Nike,
Yeah.
and then there's the diamonds. There's other brands there too that the slaves are the ones that are making those.
They're using the slave labor.
Listen,
They're using the slave
bro,
labor for that.
to me,
So
rich black people don't like
they
poor
want
black
to
people,
ignore that part.
and rich white people don't like poor whites. Like rich people don't like poor.
That's
what it is.
That's exactly it.
You don't have money, people automatically think your life ain't worth shit.
Yeah, they think you're less than. And again, the rich people don't see color; they just see.
See what green you can get them. They don't give a damn about the color you like.
Of their character and nothing else. And the fact that woke culture seeks to overturn that is a new form of racism that we must all oppose.
Exactly.
It means also I will not use this opportunity to say I told you so, as someone who spent the last 5 years warning people in the West that if we continue to erode our culture, if we continue to undermine our confidence in Western values, that our enemies enemies like Vladimir Putin will seek to capitalize on it. I will
Yes,
not make any of those points tonight.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
Yep. As we sit over here and eat ourselves and try to stop offending everybody else, all we're doing is making ourselves look weaker and weaker to our enemies, and they're
And
capitalizing.
I think it's
Right now,
pretty.
we look like a joke.
I think it's pretty disgusting that like
I mean, joke
you have
to other countries.
you have some people here in America
Mhm.
who like looking at the wars we fought to and the oppression that we fought globally. It's pretty fucked up that you got some of you who are okay with what Putin's doing.
Yeah. I'm not
Like,
okay with what Putin's doing. I'm not okay with Ukraine's doing either.
like, dude, it like war should be the last resort in any
Any
situation.
Right.
situation.
And for all you people who say, "Oh, America it needs to have a civil war," no, the frick it doesn't.
No.
You need to move
No.
past your bullshit. Okay, you need to stop blaming certain people that literally did nothing to you.
Just because they support a political party.
Like, it's looking more like you just got nothing going for you in your life, so you want to bitch and complain about something. Like,
That's
get off your ass and like.
You know, Civil War happened years ago, and it needed to happen.
but see,
But now in these days, we don't need that. We just need to know how to work with each other. We
I don't
need
think people
to.
actually understand what war really would be.
Like, you don't
How bad that would be to have
like.
Civil War.
It's
But
crazy to
now,
me.
see,
It's like I don't get what more like. How much
how
longer are we
long?
gonna repeat this cycle?
How long? How far did we come from what happened back then to now?
Like, dude,
But it's because of the stupid woke culture.
don't get me wrong.
Like, learn your freaking history.
I love America. I wouldn't want to. I'm not gonna go renounce my citizenship and go listen. Like, no, I ain't gonna do that shit.
Can we be better?
But it's like, is America freaking perfect in a utopia? No,
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 we have
no.
issues.
but so does every country in the world.
Yeah, find me a perfect country, please.
America might not be perfect, but it's still the best country in the world.
Like, please
know
find
what?
me a
No offense to anybody in any other country.
find me a perfect country where
Just
no one's
having
beefing with anyone.
just having the freedom of speech is
The
it's
freedom of
awesome.
speech and the right to bear arms, the two things that
Like,
no other country can say they have both.
like y'all start the. It gets me how y'all start unnecessary divides. Unnecessary divides.
Unfortunately, whether people want to hear it or not, yes, free speech means that yes, I'm allowed to have hate speech.
Now, see, my whole thing is
Whether
I'm
you
100% for free speech. However, I also agree that if you want to say some dumb shit, don't get mad for when someone calls you out for it.
exactly. But again, I say hate speech, but your hate speech is different than my hate speech.
Like,
That's the whole point. You
yeah,
can't identify what hate speech is.
I see what Vito's saying.
You're saying you hate the Patriots could be hate speech to me.
Yeah,
You see what I mean? How
yeah.
stupid that is?
Like, but also, I do believe like freedom of speech is important. But guys, you have the right to freedom of speech. That does not mean the world needs to know every freaking thought that comes out of your head.
No.
Like, there's honestly, there's a time and place for certain shit to be said. There really is.
Which is why when people say things that aren't in the right time or place, you have the right to call them out on it.
Yes, exactly. Like, for example, the phrase "read the room" exists for a reason. Like sometimes y'all just blur out shit and it's like read the room, bro. You like y'all make common sense look like a diamond. Like it should look like that.
Like it's because it's so hard to find.
Like,
And it's a
And you know
marvelous
what?
what it does.
And not only that, but doesn't it feel like they want to make this country has a dictatorship country? You know, if they want that, if the citizens in this country wants that, they should just move and go to another country that has
I
dictatorship
think
in.
I think the
Leave
problem
this
with it
country
is
alone how the way it is,
I think the problem with
right?
it is a lot of people think that their mindset is the way everyone else should think.
No.
That's the
And that's
problem.
the problem. You have some people who refuse to see past their point. They
See,
think their point of view is the whole world.
my thing is in America, the beauty thing of America is if you want to be a communist or anything else, and you want to go live in a commune, go do it. Go
Yeah,
get a bunch of people,
Hmm.
go get your land, go do what you want to do. Don't try to force me to live that way.
and
Exactly.
honestly, like I'm a little weird for
Exactly.
this. People might think I'm a little weird. if I'm seeing more polygamous marriages and shit. If people want to have open marriages and go sleep around, what the hell they want to do?
That's between consenting
If
adults.
they're consenting adults, let them do what the hell they want to do.
You don't have to live your life that way.
All right, not everybody's saying like, all right, like Jesus, man. Some of y'all really just need to learn to mind your business.
At all. Instead, I'm not going to talk to those of you who already agree with me, which I imagine is most of you. I'm not going to talk to you because I imagine after everything you've heard tonight, you're going to vote for the proposition. I'm going to confess I will take your vote for granted. Tonight, I am the Labour Party and you are the Red Wall. Now, I want to talk to those of you who are woke and who are open to rational argument. A small minority, I accept.
Oh, God. God.
Because one of the tenets of wokeness is, of course, that your feelings matter more than the truth. But
Which
I
is a
believe in
problem.
you. I believe there are those.
That's the problem.
That's the problem right now in these days.
Where people feel that their feelings matter more than the truth.
Now,
Then when there's facts right in your face, what
This-
else do you want? Your feelings doesn't.
now this is where y'all gonna say Ian's getting disrespectful. I'm not. I respect people's different religious beliefs.
Mhm.
All right, everybody got a different belief system. Whatever God you praise or love at the end of the day, that's your business. Stop treating religion like it's science. Religion is a belief system. That is just the way I see it.
But at the same
To me,
time,
it's
you
like
can't be mad at somebody for standing up for their beliefs.
Yes,
You can't have
yes,
somebody compromise their beliefs for your beliefs.
yes, 100%. Yeah, like
But yes, I get what you're saying. Don't make religion the be all end all of
yeah,
everything. But at the same time, you need just because you want somebody to respect you, you shouldn't force somebody to sacrifice their beliefs for what you believe.
exactly, like exactly. If you got like I got plenty of friends who like they don't believe in God at all, and they're completely moral. They know right from wrong. They know it's like don't call black people the N word. Or you don't walk down the street. If you see a gay person, you don't shout the F word at 'em.
Prime
Like you
example.
don't do that.
Prime example: the NHL player that refused to wear the Pride jersey for the Pride night in the NHL. You hear about the story? The Capitals player that refused.
Was that the hockey thing that was popping the other day that I
Yes,
kept saying?
yes. He refused to wear it because it went against his religious beliefs. He said it
Okay,
before.
he's not throwing gay kids into conversion camps.
Exactly. He
Like,
said it in
chill
I
out.
respect your decision and what you do. Why don't make me compromise
Okay,
my beliefs for your system.
amen.
Exactly.
He's not saying gay people are abominable. He's not saying that.
So he refused to
Bye.
wear the rainbow jersey,
All right, move on.
normal sweater,
Okay, move on.
because it went against it.
Yeah, move on.
There was a guy saying the team should have been fined $1 million and he should have been suspended because
No,
he
move
refused to
on.
wear a jersey.
Move on. Is he calling anybody? Personally, I don't like saying derogatory words about gay people. It's just
He
bad
didn't say
taste.
anything. He just didn't wear the sweater.
No, I'm just
No, yeah, I know what you're saying.
he's not
He didn't even say anything.
he's not saying the F word about gay people. You know what I'm saying?
He said, "I support your right to make your choices."
Mind your business. Move on. Next topic.
Exactly.
Next topic.
You can't make somebody
But
wear something
that's my
that
point.
Yeah,
He was standing up for his
they don't
religious belief.
believe in.
that's like to me when it comes like to the LGBTQ community, whatever.
Plus,
Plus, excuse me. Yeah. Um, I am honestly surprised that you have people who identify as queer. When I was a kid,
That was a
queer
slur.
was a derogatory
That was a
word
slur.
against gay people. You like if it came up like if someone found out that you were gay, you got called queer.
Mhm.
It was a hateful word.
The president of Gays Against Groomers. She actually says, I can't believe that people actually think this is a good term." This was a
To me
this was a
to me
derogatory.
that was a surprise to me.
Yep, that was like saying the N word to some people.
Yeah, because I remember being a kid, queer was considered derogatory.
Yep.
I'm surprised. You were considered like a complete asshole for saying that to
Yeah.
someone.
And now people wear.
Now, so my question is, like I said, I don't got nothing against gay people or anything.
Oh, your choice
I
is your
just want to
choice.
know. I just want to understand when did that become acceptable. But however, I kind of get it. It's the same way for how black people use the N word with each other, or how girls say bitch to each other. I get it.
Mhm.
I get it. I so to some point I understand um populations of people who were exposed to discrimination and oppression, I guess if you want to use that word, they kind of have the right to take back the power of the world within their own community. I can
Get
see
that.
it. I can see it. But I'm just
But
shocked.
there was a lesbian that she said
Yeah,
she can't stand when people use the word.
yeah. I'm still a little surprised.
Mhm.
Those of
I
you
get
here
you.
who are woke, who are open to rational arguments, so let me make one. We are told that your generation cares more than any other about one issue in particular, and that issue is climate change. We're told that many of you suffer from climate anxiety.
All right, now before he gets into
What the
this,
fuck?
his argument for this, most kids
What
these
the
days,
fuck is climate anxiety?
oh, the fear of the changing climate.
Yeah. Of getting worse.
Oh yeah, there's actually this going on in
I
college
just I, that's this is the first time I'm
where
hearing
people
that.
complain about they actually are having anxiety because of the changing climate.
Well, not too long ago, there was a protest.
Okay. All right.
Where was it? It was in UK, I think it was, right?
Probably.
Yeah, they were sitting down right where the traffic is at, the
Yep,
main
UK. Yeah,
spot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's UK.
Yeah, where the
So they were
main
blocking traffic.
they were
Yep.
blocking traffic
Okay.
because they were protesting because of the climate
Oh yeah, because some
change.
lady almost ran her over. I gotta get my kid to school. Yeah, I remember the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait till you hear how he actually explains it and breaks it down.
Okay.
No, no, this is very, very, very well done.
Okay.
You wish to save the planet. And for tonight, and tonight only, I will join you. I will join you in worshipping at the feet of Saint Greta of climate change. Let
That's
us
the
all
girl.
accept
Pause
right
it.
here.
Pause it.
Right, Thunberg.
That's the she's what, 19 now?
19 or 20.
19 or 20, yeah. I think she's like 19.
Now, how dare you, girl?
I mean, I don't really got no issues with Greta.
No, he was making a joke.
Oh,
He
okay.
said
Oh,
he
okay.
said Saint Greta.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that's us.
Oh, okay.
You missed that. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go. Okay.
Saint Greta of climate change.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let us all accept right here, right now, that we are living through a climate emergency and our stocks of polar bears are running extremely low. I join you in this view. I truly do. Now, what are we to do about this huge problem facing humanity? What can we in Britain do? We can only do one thing. You know why? This country is responsible for 2% of global carbon emissions, which means that if Britain was to sink into the sea right now, it would make absolutely no difference to the issue of climate change. You know
Right
why?
there.
Because the future of the climate is
2%. That's essentially, I think, what America is right around that too. Now, we absolutely, no matter what we do, no matter how we change to affect climate, we don't do a damn thing in the grand scheme of things.
Okay.
Not a
Okay.
damn. Now, this isn't to say we don't do anything about it. You do little things, obviously,
Okay.
but we don't get the whole world to do things.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, what the Great Pacific Ocean? That shit must, that thing is growing and growing. The last I knew, it was like three sizes of Texas. Now it's probably more than that.
Oh, that state of that garbage that's floating out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that China keeps dumping into it.
that's polluting the water. That's
Which, by the way, did you know that Canada sells its recyclables to China, which just dumps it into the water?
what?
I know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
So no matter what it lands,
It's in the water. Yeah,
it's in the water no matter what.
yeah. So everything that
I
Canada's
mean,
doing, it's in. Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure the stuff are.
but they don't see it, so it's okay. But yeah, he explains it way.
going to be decided in Asia and in Latin America
Yep.
by poor
Go
people.
back. Go back because they can actually explain it.
Absolutely no difference to the issue of climate change. You know why? Because the future of the climate is going to be decided in Asia and in Latin America by poor people who couldn't give a shit about saving the planet. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's going to be decided by poor people in Asia and Latin America who don't care about saving the planet. You know why? Because they're poor. Because they're poor. I come from Russia, which is not a poor country, it's a middle-income country. 20% of households in Russia do not have an indoor toilet. What they have is an outdoor toilet. And I don't mean one of those nice portaloos that we get here. I don't even mean a Glastonbury portaloo. I mean a wooden shack with a hole in the ground that holds the collected fermented memory of the last 10,000 visits. How many of you are going to go home tonight and say, let's rip out our bathroom and erect a Siberian shithouse in the back garden? And if you're not, why should they? 120 million people in China do not have enough food. I don't mean that they don't get dessert. I mean they suffer from malnutrition. That means that their immune system is breaking down because they don't have enough food. You're not going to...
Did you get what he's saying? Climate change is nothing's going to be done about climate change until Asia and Latin America does anything about it. India, where you're talking about where some of the most poorest conditions are, because poor people don't care. They just care about surviving
Yeah,
to
poor,
the
poor.
next
They're
day.
not thinking about the climate. They're
Exactly.
thinking about getting to
Exactly.
tomorrow.
Exactly.
I can understand that.
get them to stay poor. Imagine you're Xi Jinping, the leader of China. When you were 10 years old, there was a revolution, a cultural revolution in your country, and people came and they put your father in prison. Your mother had to denounce him. Your sister killed herself. And you, no longer enjoying the protection of your formerly powerful father, were sent to a village where you lived in a cave house. And here you are, decades later. You have clawed your way up the bloody and greasy pole of Chinese politics to be the undisputed supreme leader of the very Communist Party that destroyed your family. And you know that the main thing you have to do to survive and to stay in power is to deliver the one thing that the people of China want: prosperity, economic growth.
Which is what
Where
everybody
do you
wants.
think
And as
Yeah,
long as a
he got a
country,
point.
and as long as poor areas, all they want is prosperity and economic growth, the last thing they're thinking of is climate change. All they care about what is going to put themselves in the best position to get ahead.
Yeah, I can understand that point of view.
climate change ranks on Xi Jinping's list of priorities? A third of all children who live in extreme poverty in the world live in India. That means they are starving and dying of preventable disease. Now, about 15 months ago, my wife got pregnant. Not me, because we're old school.
I get
His wife, not we didn't get pregnant. My wife got pregnant.
And for 9 months, we talked about what our boy would look like, what he might do when he grows up. We looked at baby scans and videos on YouTube about what the fetus looks like at 9 months and 12 months and 20 months. And eventually he was born. And he is this cute little bundle of joy. He's cuter than about 80% of puppies, right? Now, if you said to me that I had a choice, either my son had a serious risk of starving or dying from a preventable disease in the next year, or I could press a button and he would live. He would go to school. He would bring his first girlfriend home. He'd go to university and graduate and become a woke idiot. And then he'd get a job and get married and have children and become a man. But all I have to do is press this button. And for every day of my son's life, a giant plume of CO2 is going to get released into the atmosphere. Now, you're all very young, and most of you are not parents. Let me tell you something. There is not a parent in the world who would not smash that button so hard their hand bled.
100%. 100%. What parent
I
wouldn't push that button? You're telling me your mom wouldn't hit that button?
because you want to see your kid live.
Yep. A healthy, prosper life. No, that's the difference. He said you can either know that they have a chance of dying of starvation, or if you push this button, you know they're going to live happy and healthy their entire life.
I get it. I get the choice.
What parent is going to choose? Nah, he can have a shot at death. I gotta save the Earth.
Yeah, I see what
No
you're saying.
parent's going to choose the planet over their child. No parent.
I get it. I get it.
What parent will
I c-
sacrifice their child for the planet?
You are not going to get these people to stay poor. You're not even going to get them to not want to be richer. And so, I put it to you, ladies and gentlemen, there is only one thing we can do in this country to stop climate change, and that is to make scientific and technological breakthroughs that will create the clean energy that is not only clean, but also cheap. And no, thank you. And I want everyone to get home on time today, which is not going to happen. And the only thing that wokeness has to offer in exchange is to brainwash bright young minds like you to believe that you are victims, to believe that you have no agency, to believe that what you must do to improve the world is to complain, is to protest, is to throw soup on paintings.
Yep.
And we on this side of the house are not on this side of the house because we do not wish to improve the world. We sit on this side of the house because we know that the way to improve the world is to work, is to create, it is to build. And the problem with woke culture is that it's trained too many young minds like yours to forget about that. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Fair enough.
The only way.
I can't really,
The only way forward is to build culture, to work together,
I can't really argue.
to stop looking at each other's skin color and look at
Yeah.
the content of the character.
Stop. Y'all care about shit that don't matter, man. Y'all care about shit
We're supposed to take care of our country.
that does not
It's supposed
matter.
to be a unity, and there isn't. There's so many divides.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it comes with the
People
LGBTQ plus and the
leave gay
skin
people alone.
color, it's just all
It's too much, man. Y'all do the most with the man.
mutilate the kids. Come on, no,
You know,
that's
I,
another
I,
topic.
you know, just gotta take it a day at a time, guys. You try to get too much done at once. You gotta take things a day at a time.
I 100% agreed with everything he said.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
Yeah.
He
definitely.
was right.
Damn, damn, man. I give it to Vito. Gotta give it to you. You be finding these good, like discussion things.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta give it to you, Vito. But guys, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think down
Yes,
there.
put your comments down below.
Let us know what you think.
What you're thinking about this.
But I hope you destroy. Hope you destroy.
But
I hope you enjoyed this discussion.
Like I like my.
But yeah, hope you enjoy. Like, comment.
think about, man, I'm thinking,
I don't know.
wondering,
I don't know.
we're thinking about
Like I said,
destroy something.
listen, day at a time, Liz. Day at a time. But guys, like, comment, subscribe, blow us up. You know what to do.
Thanks for stopping in, spending some time today. Hit that notification bell and give us a share because it does help the channel out.
Please, and thank you.
See you guys in the next one.
Later, y'all.
Peace.